Welcome everybody to I'm a Data podcast. Glad to have you here, Nathaniel Evans, and one of your hosts, Jeannie Muhammad, also one of your hosts. We have an exciting topic to discuss with y'all today, and we want to basically have some surprise guests. If they want to come in, I'm also open up the forum today. Something that Jeannie and I is actually, looking to do different. So with that, I'm gonna let Jeannie say what you got to say real quick, and then we're gonna actually get on with the show.
Okay, Nathaniel. Thank you. I have to say it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me see how fast I can go here. I am Jeannie Muhammad, your global happiness expert, and I have received direct orders from Nathaniel Evans that I am to go quick. So I am just going to say welcome, and I am grateful to be here with you this afternoon. I am grateful for that. I am grateful for Nathaniel, even though he has me talking double time today. But I am looking forward to our subject today. So I'm out of here. Go take it away, Nathaniel.
Definitely. Hey guys, once again, we actually, at that threshold, to actually evaluate our lives, and do some amazing things with it, as we're on this journey, and learning, from who we are. That's going to make it more essential for us to actually be, actually connected to ourselves. So this topic today, what is your vision? Right? And as we look at life, I think this is an evaluation that has to take place, simultaneously as we actually going through this journey. Right? We cannot actually just lock ourselves into one permanent vision, because we're always actually transitioning. So because of this, the question to self is, what is your vision? What's my vision? Is this vision, strong enough to move me forward for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Is this vision just, like a short-lived project? It's something I don't have to really invest all my time, my energy, and also my life into? Or is it just a vision that, allows me to, feel good about myself, as I'm moving through, right? And actually gives me more substance than I actually have in my life. What is this type of vision, right? And when you're looking at vision, do you visualize a pair of steps? And if you visualize a pair of steps, is this pair of steps it's only like 3 steps? Is it like 10 steps? Is it 100? Is it 1,000 steps? Like, how many steps does this vision that you have consist of? Right? When does it actually die out? Is it longevity? And as you're searching, for this vision, and you taking these fundamental steps to achieve these things that you say are extremely important, then you actually start appreciating this path that you're on, appreciating this flow of energy that actually comes to you without effort. This is that vision. Walking up those flights of stairs, running down those flights of stairs, stopping on those stairs to consider, to gather your thoughts, to create new principles, that for that vision, so it won't just stand alone. Like, it's not just in your mind, it's not just in your heart, it's not just in your spirit, right? It's actually out there connecting the dots. It's actually making itself a valuable essence for your life. It's increasing you. It's giving you more of who you are, of what you are, what you are to become every day, all day, right? And if your vision is real and it's pure, you know, and it's a surety for you, it's going to push you into spaces that you never imagined. It's going to open a world to you that you never even considered. And that's one of the things about vision is the word, to spell the word is easy. You know, it's V-I-S-I-O-N, right? It's a real nice word. You can just spell that word, you know, or you can even explain, you know, actually what that word means, like real easy. Like it's just, I know what vision means. It means such and such, right? But vision has more essence to it than the meaning of it, or even the spelling of it. It's this empowering tool that you can't see. You can't grasp it, you know. Sometimes you can hear it might whisper to you at the middle of the night and say, wake up, you got some work to do, right?
Yes.
Why is you sleeping,
yes.
you know, right? Let's get this thing going, right? So this vision is like, it's your counterpart. It's moving with you, it's your vibration, right? It's your connector, right, to exploring who you are when you come into the world, right? At the end of the day, you know, man likes to make statues, right? You got statues everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see a statue, right?
Right.
But we're not statues. We're not statues. We're living beings.
That's right.
That's equipped with realities that we don't even know about. That's equipped with purposes and goals and visions that we don't even know about, that we can't even foresee. Right? How many times do a man or a woman actually step outside of themselves to actually see the vision of another person? How do you do that? How can you actually make that happen?
Okay.
So if you actually get to this purpose where you want to envision the lives of others and put it on a nice little platter so you can eat it when you want to, right? You move yourself outside of the vision of who you are for you, because all this time and all this energy is actually focused on you trying to decipher others instead of actually locking your vision into yourself. And one of the things about vision I'm actually speaking about is, yeah, you can spell it, you can explain it, but you actually have to live it, right? And as you live in visions, it comes with an unknown set of rules. So every person that's actually going through this journey of vision has to contend with rules and realities that nobody else before them experienced, because they never had an out-of-body experience that actually linked themselves to you. So anytime you go through an experience, whether somebody might have had similar steps or not, they are never the same. They are always unique in nature. This is why a person can't actually redirect you in life when you fall off a path. The reason why they cannot redirect you, the only thing they could do is whisper. They could whisper sweet nothings in your ear all day and tell you all these little fantasies and all these little great things, you know, about your life if you was actually tap into it, right? But they cannot bring you to your full awareness, regardless of what they do. I don't care what methodology that they're using in the world. I don't care what psychologists, you know, I don't care if you got hypnotized. It doesn't even matter, right? What happens is that when you have to come to your vision, it is you that have to come to your vision. There is no one else in the world that can bring you to your vision. It doesn't matter what words they use, what context they use, what scriptures that they use, right? What principles of thought that they use, because every being is created on a separate, unique path. The only thing that someone else can do that's around you is whisper things to you in the hope that your spirit will resonate with those things and start putting the principles of those thoughts into play.
Right. Right. And you know, I was thinking when I was thinking about this subject, Nathaniel, I was also thinking about the vision I have for myself, and then I have a vision for my family, I have a vision for my community, and I have a vision for humanity. You know, it's all interrelated, but the vision that I have for myself, I look at it in relationship to the vision that I have for my family. Do they correlate? Uh, can I
Mm-hmm.
marry them together so that there's harmony between the vision that I have for myself and the vision that I have for my family, my community, and
Yeah.
humanity? You know, because
Yeah.
um,
And now you got to ask yourself. Yeah, I'm listening.
no, go ahead.
No,
You
you
have to
got to
ask
ask
yourself.
yourself. Yeah, because you got to ask yourself. Because then the first question is, what is my vision? Right. That's your first question. So this is an open-ended question, right? There are no right and wrong answers with this question. This
Right,
question is only there for explorative purposes. You exploring this purpose when you actually ask yourself this question and actually write this question down and write this question 1,000 times. What is your vision? What is your vision? What is your vision? Right? Not even thinking about what your vision is, but just writing it down 1,000 times just to get to the concept of thinking on a habitual level, what is my vision? Right? That's the first thing. So now, as you start this process and it start open up to you, and you lock yourself into this vision, like you get into this metamorphosis, right? You get into this change, and it start,
would you say would you say
remodeling you.
in would you say in determining when you write this down, you ask yourself the question, what is my vision? Would you say that I was also thinking about hindsight, you know, hindsight as far as your vision? Do you see hindsight being an integral part of determining where you are today and what determines what your vision is?
I believe so. I believe that's the case because there are so many variants, right, to your vision, right? There's so many variants to the vision. So, peace, Tommy. It's always good to see you, brother. The variance to the vision actually, you know, moves you, right?
You say, so you're saying that in order to determine my vision for tomorrow, for and starting with self, my vision for myself, that I should look at and use hindsight about where I have been and where I'm coming from.
Yeah, yeah, because you're going to realize something as you're going through this change on your vision is that the same things that you actually move past from in the past is actually going to resurface. People, places, and things actually going to actually come back to the surface for you to contend with these things all over again, right? And as soon as you think that you escape them, they come to actually revisit, right, who you are,
Right.
right? They come to move you, you know, yeah, to a new space. So what you said?
Right. So I'm saying, and I'm having problems with my video. So if it starts to make a problem for you where you can hear me, Nathaniel, please let me know and I will drop off. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I see it here and there, but don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So what I was saying, like the first question was, what is your vision? And the accompanying question to that is, what or who would you destroy your vision for? Right. So as you're making your life, this vision that you're creating is for your life, is a unique purpose, right? And you attach it to others because you see a semblance of your vision in others, in things, in processes, you know. And as you're going through this personal journey and you're linking it to other journeys, right? Realize that those other journeys can also take you on their journeys, on their visions, and actually can move you outside of the vision of you as you're trying to hold on to the visions of those things that you attach your vision to.
Why
So
does this happen? Why does this happen? Why do we let ourselves be moved? Why is it so easy sometimes?
Yeah, because you want to be accepted in the world. You want to be loved in the world, right? You have this mental disease that they call love, right? And this mental disease actually locks you into place. Like
a mental disease. Wait a minute, we got to stop. I got to stop there. A mental disease called love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
now you before we go on, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Yeah, I actually studied this, so you know, I actually studied this, and it's you know, you got this thing that's connected to you. You know what I'm saying? When you actually fall in love, when you fall into things, right? Those things actually start playing on you, right? And a lot of times it becomes an illness because it may be things that's irrational, but you'll still lock yourself into those things, right?
Even though I'm reading Tommy's remark. When you stand for nothing, you fall for anything, and unfortunately. So what you're saying is you have to be locked into your vision.
Locked and key. And then you got to take the key of the lock and put it in a box, right? And then take the box and throw the box in the middle of the seat.
Okay.
Right? That's what you got to do. You got to take the vision, put it in a box, and then throw it in the middle of the seat, right? For nobody to be able to grasp onto this, right? Nobody be able to extract it or move it out of you whenever they choose to do so. Like, for instance, you know, you got this vision and, you know, you get up at a certain time and you do certain things, and now all of a sudden people get up at the same time and do certain things and you're doing it when it wasn't like that before. So now that process that you was using, right, that physiological spiritual relationship that you was actually creating, actually now starts becoming influenced by the other entities because of their visions and what that's actually happening around you. Okay. Right. So now,
does it matter? Does it matter if other people don't understand your vision and cannot see your vision? That they don't understand what you are?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I actually love about Keisha Woods is that you have to be unapologetic about this vision and about this path. Right? At the end of the day, it's not a game. There's nothing to talk about, and no one's laughing about anything. When you come to this vision right here, when you come to this process, right? And coming into this process is a scary thing because, and I always say this, is because what you know now and what you doing now will actually come to naught when you lock yourself into your vision. Most of the things that you're doing now, most of the things that you think is important are actually going to move away out of the path. Some of them are going to do it naturally, but some of it's going to be in resistance for you because you are so keen on these other visions that you lock yourself to. Now you got to unravel this connector, right, that you have. Yeah, I got a brother that came in, Avion, and like I said before,
I like what Tommy said here, Nathaniel. I like what Tommy said. Only issue is it usually takes 35 to 40 years before you move the I don't see it anymore. Let me see.
Yeah, I put it back. I put it back. Yeah, 35. Yeah, it's right here. It's, only issue is it usually takes 35 to 40 years before the vision is understood. And I agree with Tommy because, you know, Tommy had to grab me. He had to grab me when he saw that I was moving outside of my space. I was moving outside of my vision. You know, Tommy grabbed me and called me and was like, yo, Nathaniel, X, Y, and Z, to get me back in tune, you know what I mean, with my vision. right? Because it's so important, and because we know as men and as women, we got to understand this, is that we fluctuate in life. We fluctuate. So because we fluctuate, we have to be with others that also fluctuate, but we fluctuate at different times to help each other stay balanced in the land, right? Because these concepts of men that no man has another man's back that they're using is actually the demise of all men, right? So when Tommy reached out to me, he reached out to me out of love, like, yo, brother, I see you, I see what's going on, but you got a hidden message that you're actually sharing, but you're not aware of your hidden message. Like your vision is there and it's peeking at you, you know, it's playing peekaboo, but now you got to see it, you got to lock yourself in, and you got to realize as you're going through this path for your vision that it is not an overnight success and you're not in control of it.
Right. Understand. And I like something else that Tom is saying. I love these comments that he's making.
Yeah.
He said some allow just their parents' vision to be their vision. And I love that because it comes back to, you know, my book, Take Back Your Pen, How to Rewrite Your Life Story, is all about taking back your vision, taking back your life, and understanding that sometimes what we're living the vision of other people.
Yeah, you say what Tommy said right here, man. I can't deny it. We live many lives within this one life. You know, people, oh, you got one life. No, we don't. We have multiple lives. We have endless lives in this life here. We change, we shed skin like snakes. We actually go through a cocoon process. You know what I'm saying? Like the caterpillar. We go through all these metaphysical changes to actually bring us back into an awareness of who we are, our vision, our purpose for life. That keynote element that makes you Gina Muhammad, who Gina Muhammad is, and Nathaniel, who Nathaniel is. It doesn't matter who I'm married to, how many children I have, and X, Y, and Z. They can on me, you know what I'm saying, as I'm living this life. So it doesn't even matter. Okay. And
we have a guest,
I'm trying to see if I see this brother here. Yeah, we had a guest that popped, and it's Abraham. You there, brother? Can you hear me?
Most certainly.
Are you able to hear me?
Brother Ibrahim? Brother Ibrahim.
Yeah, Brother Ibrahim. Ibrahim X.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't see you. Back up a little bit, bro, so we can see you. Yeah, there you go. We got to see you a little bit. I see you outside because this guy's a mover and a shaker, right? He got a couple of mountains he's moving around. So just want to have a conversation. Our topic today is, what is your vision? And, you know, I want to ask this question to you for the work that you're doing. This brother is an advocate, freedom fighter, you know, creating new leadership, you know, structures for other brothers and sisters that's out here in these movements. And we've been connecting. We've actually been talking about some great ideas with one another. And I actually just want to be able to, you know, give him peace, you know, give him his peace, you know, let him speak, you know, on his platform and share his message. So, you know, what is your vision? You know, and then I ask you the next question after I ask you that.
I just want to make sure you can hear me at this current level.
Loud and clear.
All right, well, talking to Ibrahim X, known in some circles as Pastor IU. My name is Ibrahim IU, but various reasons why I chose the X, not for, but most people have done the X. I know my last name. However, the reason that I'm changing my name personally is attached to my purpose. I just tapped in the last 5 minutes to hear what you guys are saying. But
you can hear him, Nathaniel. I can't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him. No, you gotta. I really can't hear you like that. You gotta talk up.
I gotta talk up. All right. That's not a problem.
Yeah, you talking mad low, bro.
I was trying to be respectful.
Nah. We gotta hear your message. You gotta hear your message, bro.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I ain't got no hearing aid. I can't turn it up.
All right, I swear, I'm trying to get this tripod, man. I'm new to this, man, but I'm true to this. true.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
let's
so can
try
you
to
hear
see
me
if we can
now,
get you in
sister?
because it's low. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me loud and clear? She ain't even hear me.
Nah.
Hold on, let me try something. I think maybe it's the speaker. I gotta try it.
Okay, while he's doing that, I want to go back to
Yeah.
what Tommy
Yeah.
said here. You see,
Yeah.
uh, uh, Tommy,
He came in talking sweet.
he said, is he on a Bluetooth?
Yeah, I think he on a Bluetooth, but I'll try to see if he could come in when he get in, give him a few minutes, and then we get back. But I definitely want to get back to our discussion.
Okay. I want to know what. See, I'm on this different.
I think my mic was
plane.
muted.
Tell me,
Yeah,
what is
yeah. So what you were
YOLO?
saying? Can y'all hear?
Yeah, I said my mic was muted. Can you hear me loud and clear? I just want to make sure
Oh,
I'm
good.
talking. This
Yeah,
is
I
good
can hear
now?
you. That's better. Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
go ahead.
So yes, I was just saying I'm Ibrahim X. I'm an activist here in New York City, particularly in Brooklyn, Crown Heights area, so to be exact. I just went to the memorial yesterday for Sahid Vassal, who was killed by the NYPD 5 years ago on Tuesday on Montgomery Street, which is kind of analogous to Martin Luther King, who was also killed on April the 4th in Montgomery, Alabama. And Sahid was killed April the 4th, 2018 by the NYPD on Utica and Montgomery Street in Crown Heights. So there's some correlations there. My main goal as an activist is really to speak for the people that's still inside. You know, I don't speak for anybody that's free. I don't speak for anybody that never been through nothing. They got their own past. They got their own people. I speak for the people that's been through something. You got to have been through some major situations because that's what I've been through. And so my story is everybody's story and anyone's story. And that's why I work the way I work. You know, I'm on a Sunday. I've been to multiple churches this morning. I'm like a politician. I'm not running for no office. You know, so it just is what it is. This is what you guys
Yeah,
said
the
about when your
reception is bad. It's like
Oh damn.
there's a lot.
How about
There's so
now?
much stuff going on in the background. I really can't hear you like that.
Oh shit. Okay, well I'm gonna try to relocate and then y'all can bring me back later on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So go ahead.
I was saying
I had to remove.
it sounds as though he has an interesting story because I'm always interested in people that are actually out there in the community, actually feet on the ground, working directly with our people, because some people are actually sometimes seem like they're afraid to interact with our people.
It is. It's
you know,
true.
and that interferes. I think sometimes when we talk about the visions that we have, and what the vision, you know, I was talking earlier about, we have a vision for ourselves and we may have a vision for our communities, and understand that they're married to each other. And a lot of times that has to do with how we think we're separate from our community, we're separate from humanity. We don't understand how interconnected we are.
That's correct. That's correct. And like you basically talked about, that separation, right? That separation as you're trying to build, you know, your vision, and you have all these separate visions that you actually attach your vision to, it actually makes you exposed, right, to these different influences that are actually taking place. But if you lock your vision with these different things and it become like a unit, right, then you're able to be more protected, you know what I'm saying, with your vision, and to know that you can trust those that surround you to preserve you, you know, through this visionary process that you're actually going through, right? Without that preservation of that outer circle that you attach your inner circle to, right? You actually start losing, you know what I mean? That that actually makes you who you are. That that actually allows you to create the things that you created, or to be known for who you are known for, or the things of that nature. Now all of a sudden you get with a person and your dynamic starts shifting. You're no longer alone for that person. You no longer do the things that you're supposed to do effortlessly, you know what I'm saying, or intentionally, right? Because now it's being influenced and actually watered down. Like you got a nice, beautiful plant, you know, and you go and you get a, you know, big jug of water and you start pouring water into the plant, you're gonna kill the plant. And that's a lot of times what happens with our visions. We get watered down. People come and they start pouring all type of stuff on us, start pouring all things in our different directions, you know, start hitting us with their little bowling balls and things of that nature. And then we start getting shit and we jumping over things and we trying to get our foot in, and you know, we fall on our hands and knees and then we crying out, oh Lord, you gotta help me. I'm going through too many changes. Right. And this is because our dynamic of a vision got shifted by the very beings or the very spaces that we actually put it in for it to be preserved and cultivated and loved and cherished. Right.
You know,
and
we're talking
that
about
connector.
we're talking about vision and nourishing that vision. And I just want to say this because Tommy is here, and I love Tommy. I am so in love with Tommy. And one reason that I'm so in love with him is that he is so inclusive and so willing to help other people bring their visions to life. I really feel, and
True.
and even though I'm old enough to be probably Tommy's grandmother, I may be old enough to be his grandmother. I always feel like Tommy is like a paternal figure to me. So I want to say that to you, Tommy, because you are not an I person. You are definitely a we person. And I love that about you. I love that about you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
because you know that.
yes, because
Yeah,
his
because when you
vision.
go into a space,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
he's right. Because when you go into a space of eyes, did you ever have to write that word "I" on a whole sheet of paper? How it looks, you know? You have all these eyes in a row, right? It don't look good. It don't look good. There's no connector between the eyes, right? So that's what we said. That is, of course, our visions are aligned. If our visions are in alignment, now we can start cultivating each other like Elijah and Elisha, right?
Yeah.
We can start cultivating each other like, you know, King David and Jonathan, you know, and things of that nature. Or even the prophets that you actually was dealing with, you know, Elijah and his confidant that he was actually had to help him through his journey, and you know, and to give him that strength, you know, to continue on with his fight when sometimes he might have became weak, or he might have been like, I can't do this no more. You know, somebody said, nah, man, you got to keep moving, man. You know, the whole nation, you know, our people's souls are at stake. You know, we have to keep moving forward. And that's his vision. It doesn't matter if people believe that the vision is true or if the people believe the vision is false. It doesn't matter. It's his vision. He locked himself into that vision. But one of the key things is that he had others to help him along with that vision. Like Christ had the 12 disciples, right? You know, he wasn't by himself. He had 12 other men that he was able to talk to. You know what I mean? About things he probably never talked to nobody about. You don't even know what the conversation was about, man. The conversation might have been like, you know, man, that woman touched me today, man. And, you know, and it kind of got me upset, but then I had to realize my purpose and what I was here for. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what those conversations might have been about, right? It might have been some like real conversation. It's a black man. Right?
And you know what, Nathaniel, and the thing about that is something Tommy said earlier about sometimes it takes 35, 40 years, you know, as far as seeing our visions really come into fruition. And that's where it comes being steadfast, being persistent,
That's correct.
being
That's
consistent,
correct.
you know, and
That's correct.
believing in ourselves and having that mindset that and seeing and believing and not really letting anyone else's opinions sway you from what you know your purpose, your purpose. Someone may not see it the way you do, but you have
They
to
can't.
know.
They can't see it the way you see it, right? And that's one of the things that
Right.
we lose. We lose concentration on because we're so in love with the idea of people being in love with our vision, you know, with our purpose and what we stand for and things of that nature. That a lot of times, you know, we don't give our vision the energy that it needs because we're looking for inputs from other places. And
Right.
a lot of people, when they know that you need something from them, that's a lot of time when people hold back. You know, is when you actually need it, is when the time that you're like, you know what,
Wow.
I'm not gonna give it to that person. You know, it's when you need it. It's like people come to you, and I've even talked to many leaders about this. And even one of my friends said it, close friend of mine, I had to even reach out to him this week, you know, and we just had a real serious talk. And he was telling me, he said, Nathaniel, man, you know, I really don't understand this. And this is a really bad and sad process that people have created in the world. He said, you know, when I didn't have nothing, nobody wouldn't give me a dime. They wouldn't do anything for me, you know. And he said, now that I got millions of dollars and I'm doing all these different great things in my life, people sending me all type of gifts, you know, people want to do all type of things for me. You know what I mean? Now that I don't even need their help.
Wow.
I don't need their help now. I don't need nothing from them. I don't even need a kind word. You know what I mean? I bought a parrot. You know what I'm saying? When I get up in the morning, it says, "You're beautiful and nobody is like you." You know what I'm saying? So I don't even need you to say nothing nice to me no more. Right? I already got what I needed. Right? So it's like they come when you don't need them. It comes when it doesn't do anything, and when it doesn't do anything for you, it doesn't increase you, is when it comes. Now it comes in a space where now it becomes a burden.
Oh, what?
So you can read it?
Right.
So,
Tommy saying, if you ask someone, what would they change about themselves? You would hear everything negative first. When in reality, those are tests that still haven't passed. So they're lost. Yes. Then complain within that world that they are choosing to experience because change wasn't taught until they were lied to. Oh, that is heavy. Oh, because you know, Nathaniel, and coming up on our vision and living this life, we have gone through a lot of lies.
That's right. And we're going to go through many more as well. We're going to go through many more as well. And that's what even Tommy's talking about. He's talking about, the topic that you and I did 2 weeks ago. He's talking about the fall. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the fall, right?
Right.
And the fall, right? The fall is not what they say it is. It's not this negative connotation that they say it is. It's the liberation of who you are. It's the rebirth or the attempt of the rebirth to bring you back to this essence, right? To bring you back to this life, you know what I'm saying, that you seek, you know what I'm saying, even subconsciously, you actually seek this life, right? So this society has made man feel ashamed of his fall, whether it may be economically, emotionally, physically, right? Socially, man has become shamed by the fall instead of actually being increased, you know what I'm saying, by his fall. He's being shamed by it.
Right. Right, right. And understanding that sometimes that's the biggest blessing that we can have. You know, we look because we look at the negative side of the fall instead of understanding the good that can come from that fall. And you know what? Oh no, Tommy is just making some. Tommy, you need to hit that link button and come on here and talk. Because look at what he's
Yeah,
saying about
talk to us. Yeah, that's right.
you know, because a lot of people, if you say devil angels, they have the concept that there are only these angels floating around, all angelic and nice and caring and sweet and all. And you say devil angels, and they'll be like, "What do you mean, devil angel?" Yes,
Yeah,
Tommy, yes, yes. Just as we have sweet little angelic angels, we have devil angels too.
yeah,
I love it, Tommy.
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, we all have devil
him,
angels
did you give him the
that
link
are
so if he
assigned to us. Yeah. So those are the
yeah,
spirits. Yeah, the link is up there. You know, those
okay.
are the experiences. Those are the spirits we experience are just designed to make the seed to stop growing. And that's true. That's true. Is when you feel like you're in quicksand, when you go into spaces and you feel like you're in quicksand, that means that you're in quicksand. When you go into spaces and you feel negative energy actually flowing in the room towards you, negative energy is flowing in the room towards you, right? When you go into
Right.
the room and you don't feel the natural vibration of the vision of the room. See, this you gotta understand. There's a vision of the room. And if the vision of the room is not the vibration of the room, then there's something off about the vision of the room. And don't make yourself believe that there's nothing off about the vision of the room, because there is. If you're contending with leaders when you go into spaces, right, it's because the space that they actually are in, they have corrupt that space. This is why you're contending with them in a space, because it has become corrupt, right? And as it has become corrupt, it's also tempering on your vision if you link your vision to it.
Yes, and that's why when
right?
you have to understand, you have to understand and be able to discern, these, as Tommy is saying, these spirits, because sometimes that is what is the problem is we're trying to align ourselves with they're not of our spirit. We're trying to, you come in, as you say, you go into that room, you may not fit in that space.
You're
and
an
you stay in
imposter.
there long.
You're gonna become that space. You're gonna become that space if you stay there long enough. You're an imposter. You're in the wrong space. And you need to understand that every space that you walk in has a model vision for its purpose. Every space that you walk in has a vision for its purpose. Don't think that you're just walking into a room. You're not just walking into a room. You may call it a store, you may call it an apartment, you may call it whatever you want to call it. But when you enter into that space, it is you that's entering into that space. And anything can be found inside that space. Anything.
Wow.
So it's being aware of what is there and the method for it to actually be there in the first place. We take for granted who we are, and what we're becoming, to the point that we actually lose who we are, what we are, and actually what we're becoming in the world. And we sacrifice ourselves for a world that never would love us. It will never cherish us. It will never embrace us, right? And it will never increase us on the level that our Lord, our spiritual power, actually seeks for us to increase on. So this world will come into your path, tamper on your path, trotting over you, right? And it spat you out, and then you're sitting here saying, you know, when I was married and my husband did this to me, and I was married and my wife did this to me, and I had children and my children did this to me, right? And you start losing your relationship with life, of who you are. What is your relationship with life, right? Is it a dull relationship? Is your relationship with life, is it exciting, right? Is it monumental? Is your relationship with life financial, right? Is it just full with all type of unforeseen pleasures, right? You know, what is your relationship with life, right? Right now, if you was to actually, you know, go to kiss life on the cheek, would they accept your kiss? Would they want to be kissed by
Good
you?
question. Or will it slap you?
Yeah, like get away from me, bro. Like what's happening? You are tainted. You have not come to me with the right energy to kiss me on the cheek. Move, right? So you looking at this thing and you're saying, like, you know, would life embrace me? Would it come and hug me? You know what I'm saying? When I'm sitting on the corner and I ain't got, and my world has actually moved outside of my grasp. So the world that I have created at that particular time has expired. And now I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out that expired. What's next? What I'm going to do? You know, is life going to come to you and
Daniel,
hug you?
Daniel, I want to ask you, do you think, I mean, because see, this world is not really in harmony. I know it's not in harmony with me. I'm not in harmony with it. You know, I know I'm an outlier, you know. I don't fit in most spaces. I don't fit in because I don't just, you know, I just
Yeah,
don't fit in. I've always been
that's right.
that since I was a child. I was always that one that was, you know, everybody else was wearing black and I may have had white on, or everybody else was
Yeah.
wearing brown and I had pink on. I just always was that one that stood out. So do you
He
consider,
says not allow him to log in. He says not allow him
pardon?
to log in. Tommy said the link is not allowing him to log in.
Make sure it's the right link, because make sure.
Yeah, I gotta make sure it's the right link because I don't know why it's not allowing him to come in. Let me see. Let me see if I can send it to him directly.
And you disappear. Oh my God. Thank you to delete. I don't disappear.
Huh? I ain't hear you.
I, I understand now. Real,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, I
always the
get it.
one is
That's a great concept. You know,
so
that's
you
a
know
great concept. Yeah, so
yeah.
you know, Jenny has some technical difficulties over there, but yeah, you know, like Tommy said, life is like treacherous. When you fit it, you disappear. Like, you know, it just vanishes. So, you know, you don't want to fix life, you know, because you can't fix life. You know, you can't make life, you know, because you never designed it. Right? We have to be life to become life and to experience the essence of what this life has to hold for us and all the little secrets that it wants to reveal to us, only if we allow it to actually come forth, you know, and dance with us, you know, in the middle of the street, you know, sing with us in the hallways of despair, you know, challenge us, you actually go against injustices in the land to bring forth, you know what I'm saying, and to increase the abundance of life as you want to increase the abundance of your forest that you brought, or your garden that you planted, you know what I'm saying, or your money that you invest, right? Is the same principles, right?
Right,
Exchanging like who we are
right.
to actually become these things that we created is one of the greatest services that we actually can do against who we are. It's
Right.
no, light
Right.
matter. It's no light matter to, overlook our visions in the world to actually become a vision of something that we cannot even recognize. To become a
Okay,
vision that will not increase us.
Nathaniel, I am drop off. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop off so that you can continue this without any interference. Okay.
Okay. I got the coach with me. I got the coach with me. So you can drop off. I'm messing with you.
Hey,
We got coach with us.
I wasn't dressed for success, you heard me, but here I am. You know what I'm saying?
Me either, bro. I'm here. That's all that matters.
Hey,
I'm gonna drop.
Come as you are.
I'm in this
That's
thing. The
it.
devil was trying everything possible to not allow me to get in this thing, but here I am. You heard, man?
That's right.
Hey.
So the floor is yours, brother. The floor is yours.
Check this out. I remember when I met both of y'all. I seen so much potential in both of you to the point to where I knew that the vision made sense. You know what I'm saying? You connect with individuals who have a heart for people, because not everybody, just like I was saying in the chat, not everybody has a heart for people. They'll have, watch this, mom, watch this. They'll work in healthcare, but they don't have a heart for people because they're only there for the check and not understanding that there's an actual purpose for them to be in the midst of those other individuals. So the issue with that is just like tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of the week, Monday. Somebody's going to start a job for the first day tomorrow, somewhere around the country. And depending on what their mindset is, let's say 6 months to a year, they're going to figure out their position. And once they figure out their position is when they're going to only start to exist within their position. So in life, what you do with one thing, you do with everything. So they start to not only exist in the job, they start to exist in their relationships at home. They start to exist in the relationship. Oh, she left?
No, she coming back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Caught me off guard right there. Caught me off guard. But yeah,
She's there. She was having,
every single life experience, they see that experience in a specific way, when all in all, if you look at every experience only one way, then you're only going to find that one thing, which is that negative. And that's just like anything else. When you go and look for something, you'll always find something. You're looking for negative, you'll find negative. And that's just how it works.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is the question right here. Somebody asked us, hello, hi, how you doing, Craig? Thanks for reaching out. And what does exorcism mean to you all? So what does exorcism mean to us? I mean, you can give a crack at it time if you want to. Exorcism, it's basically like, it's basically like, it basically, I think it's like another concept that they actually use, like the person actually. Yeah, it's a concept that they actually, they exist on their own type of situation. Like there's no connector to their existence. It's like individualism is basically individualism of a person. And that's a great concept, because I'm actually dying. I'm actually dying to actually plant an apple tree, and only one fruit forms. And even though there's 1,000 branches on it, I only want one fruit to form on one branch. And I'm going to look at the other 1,000 branches that's bare and say this is a healthy and it's a beautiful tree.
You ever heard that before? Existentialism?
Yeah, it's a concept that they've been using. It's kind of like the Big Bang Theory in a way, just another variation of it, right? And we exist on purpose.
Okay, the
right?
purpose you are existing. Right.
Yeah.
What is the purpose and the value existence? Okay.
I'm gonna say it like
Okay.
this: if this is his first big
Such
word, that
as
philosophy of freedom and meaning.
individual
Right, gotta-
choice.
Yeah.
Believing you can choose your
Individual
own
choice.
meaning of life, questioning
Hey.
the existence
Yeah, I
of God. And for,
This
so
whole-
you're like agnostic. If you say
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
agnostic,
That's-
then you would be falling into that same category of questioning the existence of God and falling into despair due to being overwhelmed and having to define your own life.
You know,
So
and I also want to
saying
share
that you're out.
I'm gonna say this with that type of concept, right?
Oh.
You got men and women that speaks about loving each other in the world. Like I love you and all these different things. And they want to have children with people and raise a family and all these different things. But when you have these certain concepts, such as this one right here, right? That love that you're talking about really doesn't exist because you have to have a connector with your brothers. And yeah, your thing is messed up. So you have to have a connector with your brothers and sisters as you're navigating through this land. And it's so much individualism that's in this land. And then you have all these collective structures, like you got all these organizations and all these businesses structures and stuff like that. But it's so much individualism that there's really no reason to collect all these collective wholes that they've been creating. Right? So it's like oxymoron when you're saying, listen, I love you, but I'm an exorcism, right? I love you, but this is who I am.
Here's the deal. The thing about it is, it doesn't matter what our definition of it is going to be. What matters is what his definition of it is going to be. Because if he's seeking information on behalf of this term, then what is it? What type of value is that helping him to project his actual purpose?
Mm-hmm.
What he said from the beginning of time and being attempting. Absolutely. So Craig, I'm happy that you asked, my brother, because if you think about it, Craig is your earthly name. This is what I think he's asking. If Craig or Nathaniel is your earthly name, what is your real name? Because strategically, when you came into this world, they told you this is what your name, and you strategically created yourself with this particular persona of being that individual. But at the same time, every individual hears a multitude of voices in their heads, and some of them pick the wrong voice to become who it is that they are. Does that make sense? Let me see if you're gonna give us a little bit. Yeah, let's see if you're gonna give us a little bit more. Hey, my brother.
Give us a little bit more.
Check this out. Hey, on Sundays, take this thing to TikTok, bro. You heard, man?
Okay.
You'll have about 200-300 people that you've never touched, and there's a whole nother world over there of individuals that need your particular guidance because what you have is something special. And this thing is going to change the game on everything. You heard, man? You already got
a podcast TikTok? Do a podcast TikTok?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. You got 1,000 followers over there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Hey, next Sunday, just give it a try. Y'all just jump on TikTok and watch what happens. Especially if y'all been on here for an hour. I went on live on TikTok about 2 weeks ago and had like 8,000 likes on people I had no idea who that was. And the comments that keep coming is gonna keep the whole program running because you'll be answering.
So I gotta create a group.
Nah, you gotta create a group. You ain't got to create it. Just go live. Just test it out, and
So
y'all just do your original
how would I
talking.
bring? All right, I'm investigating because I got to bring Jeannie into it. So I want to see how I can
Oh,
bring both of us into it. So yeah,
as long as you have 1,000 followers, when she gets inside, the audience, you can just bring her up just like this here. The only
okay,
bad thing
yeah,
about
definitely.
it, this is the only bad thing about it. Once the live is over, it goes away. You know what I'm saying?
Got
It's
you,
like
got you, got
there's
you.
no,
You can't,
yeah,
yeah, you can't record it. Yeah, you can't record it. I
absolutely.
got you.
You can't record it and all that conversation, man. That's the only thing I don't appreciate. You heard me?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely, man, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is
Big
a
fact.
great show, man. Great show. You know, like I really definitely appreciate you. You know, brother, and you know, keep doing the work that you're doing. I'm here for you. You need me. You know, and you know, we got to keep like just keep each other sharp. You know, keep each other strong in the world.
Here's
Keep
the
doing,
answer.
you know, keep doing good work.
I'm a commit to next Sunday if that's what you want to do. I'll get on that thing with y'all.
All right, because I got a guest. I got a guest next. I got a guest for the next 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. Hey, just tell them.
So
All they got to do is have TikTok. That's all it is. They'll just be able to pull them up in the group to the point to where you're gonna have unlimited guests at that point. You heard, man?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because you know this thing right here. You know, when I record it, I basically make little snippets out of it and I send it to many different platforms. And I also do audios and I also do small videos as well. So I actually been increasing in this, and I just basically, you know, this topic we're talking about is, you know, what we're talking about. What is your vision? You know, it's actually applying yourself and becoming consistent, you know, and persistent about who you are, and
Here's
actually
the
putting
deal.
all these different things into place. You
Let
know,
me add,
it's
let me add a
important
little.
for all of us.
Let me add a little extra when it comes towards vision. As some individuals, they only have a vision of taking care of their family, and some of them are in business. You know what I'm saying? They're doing specific things. They're creating boutiques, and they're only taking care of friends and family, but they're hoping that someone else will reach out to them and give them, attention. When all in all, if the vision
Yeah,
is that small, when that vision is that small, you don't really, they ain't gonna take much. If you want some, you wait until
that's
you
correct.
remember what I used to say,
That's it.
Big Mama said, don't talk to strangers when you leave the house. So they on some, yeah, that's what it is. You'll be the business owner. You want people to look at you as the business owner, but strategically, your mindset not shifting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
until
yeah.
it
So that
shifts,
energy is
is
not going to find you. It's not going
absolutely,
to find you. It's not
absolutely,
going to, you know, it's going to keep jumping over you because you don't deserve the energy because you know you don't appreciate it and you're not grateful for the energy. You know what I mean of new life and of new things that come into your life because you got it all figured out. You know what I mean? You're the God of all gods. You know what I'm saying? And you have the thoughts of all thoughts, right? And you know this is why life passes you by. This is why you may have strength for 10 to 15 years, and then the next 30 years you suffer. So you've
absolutely.
been seeing this also in a land where men have power for 20, 30 years. They have all type of money and possessions and things of that nature and power. And then out of nowhere, it's gone. And the positions that they could have helped you in when they have power, they did not do so. So when they fall, they can't fall back into you because they didn't position you for the fall of them. So
Now,
that's
now
one of
with
the
this,
things too about vision is not leaving people outside of your vision because the Most High says, "In the day of your wealth, store up your wealth in 6 or even 7 places, because you know not which way the wind will blow."
absolutely.
So because you're building, don't make yourself think that you're invincible and that you cannot experience a fall that's in the land. And when you definitely don't build other building blocks around you, when you fall, you're going to fall into open spaces and you're not going to fall into a cushion or a foundation you created because you didn't create none.
Bingo. Hey, absolutely correct, baby. And all levels, all types of levels. You heard, man.
That's right.
This message is powerful, man. It's really powerful, but the only issue is that with it being this length of time, what's the chances of somebody actually come and watch the full clip of this particular live? You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, that's the issue. People don't have
That's the
time.
issue.
Yeah, they don't have the time to come and get value. That's the reason why when I go live, I touch on so many different areas because I feel like the spirit is giving it to me at the time of whoever it is that needs to hear it at that point. So in every message, you have to you got to think about it like church. You got one pastor, you got one sermon, and you got the masses. Now, depending on what particular life cycle these individuals are in, is what they're going to get from that particular message. But the issue is, while they're in the midst of the message, it feels good. And then they leave the church and get into their cars and they disperse in all kind of different directions and go back into reality. And in that reality is when they usually go home and they're usually miserable at the house or whatever the particulars may be. I believe that we're
Yeah,
all in the same world. It's just that we're not in the same world due to
that's why we're
experiences.
not. That's
Mm-hmm.
correct. Due to our
Mm-hmm.
experience, we're actually experiencing different vibrations of life, but we're acting like we're under the impression that we actually move in the same directions and eating the same ice cream, and we all like ice cream the same way, or all have the same taste for us, but the taste is different for each and every last one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, this all-inclusive concept of a man actually destroys man from the inside out because he is meant to create and to explore and to develop, you know what I'm saying, and to be great into the land. And you can't do that if you're not bringing about connectors. You cannot be great in the land. If King David only had 10 people in his palace, no one would know about King David. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? King Solomon only had $100. No one would know that King Solomon was the richest man in the world, right? So it's understanding these lessons that have been given to us. They've been given to us for a reason to understand that. Stop thinking that you are this one man show, right, in the world. And then, as Tommy said, when you fall, you look for others to help you that you never helped or even considered to help in the world.
Check this out. I got a story for you before I get out of here. And the only reason why I'm gonna say it now because I think this is the perfect timing. You remember when Jesus gave those 3 men talents? Now, this is the next level of conversation for me and you. Jesus came and gave 3 men talents. He gave one man 1 talent. He gave a second man 5 talents. And he gave a third man 10 talents. The guy with the 1 talent was so in awe on who Jesus was that he dug a hole and put his talent within that hole because he did not want to have his talent whenever Jesus re-arrived to the city. So when Jesus came back, the man with 10 brought him 20. The man with 5 brought him 10. And then the man with 1 brought him that 1, and him as well as his family was cursed. How many people in your X amount of years within this beautiful world that you cried over that strategically only brought back that 1 talent back to Jesus because they didn't have the courage to do anything with it while they're in this world, baby? Huh?
Wow.
My brother, it's time to go to another level, baby.
Wow.
It's time
Yeah.
to go to another
Yeah.
level. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. Tommy.
It's real.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Definitely. I'm
You were
definitely. Yeah.
taught, we're taught to grieve whenever somebody get the opportunity to go to the next life. When all in all, if that individual didn't do nothing with their talent, there's a
But what are you
chance
grieving about?
there's something else going on.
Yeah. And there's something that's going on as well. Right. Definitely. And with that, guys, Nathaniel Evans, Coach Tommy Durrell, we're going to say peace, blessings to brothers, reach out to us. I'm actually gonna break this video down, make it small where Tommy's at, send it to Tommy. We're gonna actually put these things up so people can actually be able to
Absolutely, my
interact with
brother.
us and benefit from our insights and from our power. We here to increase each other, and we also want to be increased.
Hmm. My brother, I appreciate you having me, man. Hey, grace and
You
peace to
too.
everybody. Stay encouraged. Understand that this journey is necessary, baby. You heard me? Everybody going through something. But at the same time, if you
That's right.
choose to just, live that comfortable situation that you've been living, then this is all you can get, baby. Stop making excuses in the world that you choosing to live in. You heard me?
That you choosing to live in.
We all have a choice,
Definitely,
baby.
definitely, brothers. And with that, peace, brothers. We'll connect, Tommy. Good to see you, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good to see you, man.
Peace, brothers.